Hello and welcome back to Sarah's Joyful Journey. I'm Sarah Joy and it is Meetup Day for Central Florida Ketos, and I'm so excited because it's our spring event, which is Weaving Friendship. We just got everything set up, so I'll show you around and then I will have hopefully some catches of some glimpse. It's a bit breezy today, as you can see by my sleeves, so things have not gone as I have anticipated they would, which has caused a little bit of stress for me, but it's all gonna work out. So let's show you around. Right here we have our welcome table with our beautiful Central Florida Ketos tablecloth and table mat, and it's all set up and ready to go. Then we have our tables out here. The pink at the back is our photo areas where people can take photos, and then we have our tables set up, and I'll show you a little bit closer in just a moment. And then here's the area where we're going to put all the food in, and it's kind of ready to go. We also have some games set up. So over here is cornhole, a little pickleball area, and then we're also going to be doing an activity, and I don't know what it is, but I know it's going to involve these, so that will be fun. We have some Jenga, and then over here we have some badminton, some more of our little signs, and some more badminton. And I have my speech ready. I do not have it memorized. Hopefully Matt will actually remember to hit record today, but we've got a few minutes before people arrive, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna work on practicing my speech some more.
Today's theme is weaving friendship. And let's face it, friendships are hard when we are adults. But our adult friendships are vital to us. They help us reduce stress, lower our depression rates, and help us with our anxiety. When we make friends, it gives us the opportunity to share genuine connection with each other. We can share our successes, and we can share our struggles. And while as adults, we face challenges such as jobs, personal commitments, and things like this that make it difficult. But there's a few things to remember about making friendships. There's 3 pillars to a friendship. This is going to be time, energy, and proximity. So we have to set aside the time to make our adult friendships. This happens in our communities, such as Central Florida Keto Community. It happens at book clubs, it happens at churches, things like these. These are all opportunities to meet people. We're going to find them in the stage of life that we're in. So our friendships are going to change. As we get older, we're going to meet other people who are in the same stages of life as us, and it is never not a time to make a good friend. So we encourage each and every one of you today to build new friendships, and I think you all are doing an amazing job of this already. Nancy has a few things that she's going to share about some activities that we are going to participate in after we eat. You want to come up?
All right, so we have one more speaker, and without her and her husband, this probably wouldn't be it. Because they held a meetup at a barbecue place here in Orlando a few years back, and that's where Sarah and I, we weren't going to go, and then we were, and then we weren't, and we're sitting in the parking lot saying, no, we're not going in. We went in. That's where we met Nancy. This all started because of you guys. So, y'all don't know who she is, it's Rachel. This one is always cheerful. We'll go back for anybody. If you have questions about anything, talk to her. She's been through pretty much everything. And I do have a little gift for you. But you have to open it up because there's something special inside just for you.
So this, oh my, okay, so this is just enough. This is how I get my coffee. Is it invite you to share your story, because it's not my story, it's your story. And people need to hear it. I love that today's theme is all about weaving friendship, and I think that Nancy went next level by weaving these chairs. I mean, commitment to theme, right? But that is so true. What is that scripture? A three-chord string is not easily broken. And that is what I found in my life. That, when you start keto or you're starting anything to better your life, that's you. That's the one. And man, I am tough. When I knew that I needed to do something, I wanted to stick with it. For Joe, like, I did okay on my own. I lost 170 pounds. I've gotten off of every medicine that I've ever needed in the past. Most of them prescribed for mental illness, and I'm happy to report I am no longer suffering with anxiety, depression. I'm no longer identified as bipolar or having major anxiety. It's amazing what happens when the banners like that negativity comes off of your life and you think to yourself, boy, I'm a little bit angry, because this was really about nutrition. This really wasn't about my personal brokenness. It's just that, some people have issues in different organs of their body, whether it's your pancreas or your kidneys, or people have different things, and mine just happened to be in my brain. And so with proper nutrition, I was able to get healthy. And I'm thankful for that second chord, which is my family, right? Having Joe, having a spouse, a partner in life that does this with me. I was so moved with Cindy talking about Brian, and yeah, that was really my why as well to stick with it, because my husband was facing a lifetime in a wheelchair. And so he was already had made a transition where anytime we were outside the house, he really required a mobility scooter or a wheelchair. And if you are over 300 pounds, pushing someone over 300 pounds up and down things and trying to have a life, man, I'm really glad I supported his keto, right? Because both of us enjoy a different life. And that's those two chords that are together. Our marriage has been blessed by better health, because I'm in a better mood, he's in a better mood. When you don't feel good, you don't act right? You're not fun to be around when you're unhealthy and don't feel good. So it really blessed our marriage. But the more we would go out, just me and him, to explore things, whether it was a conference or something, we saw that we were surrounded by thousands of people sometimes. But no one was interacting. No one was together. It was me and Joe in our personal journey, when there was a sea of other people that I bet that we could learn from. People who had stories. People who had different CAC scores, right? So that if I got a test done and it wasn't the result that every keto influencer was talking about, now what do I do? Who do I talk to? When it doesn't line up with the video, when it doesn't line up with the topic, I'm suddenly this inconvenient topic, because the topic says it's supposed to look like this. What happens when it doesn't? Now what? We need people. We need people with individual stories. And so Joe and I thought, we've been there. As somebody who's been morbidly obese my whole life since childhood, making friends was never easy for us. A lot of times I didn't fit in spaces. I don't believe that everybody who said, hey, there's not room next to me, it wasn't because I didn't have the personality or they didn't want to be my friends. They did not have physical room for me, space for me. But I took it to heart that it meant that I was a less than person, and it wouldn't be possible for me to make friends. And so I just got in the habit of looking down and never looking for a seat. Hey, is this seat taken? I just thought, if I just don't look down, I don't put myself out there, I will never be hurt, because I will never experience rejection again. And then here I am with my other chord who felt the same way. And so together, we were kind of bad for each other in that way, because we had that shared experience. But we thought, maybe we could reach out to other people. And what really was the inspiration was a young lady named Cynthia, who had posted at a conference that she was having lunch with me and Joe. And what it was a picture of her and her lunch in her lap, and me and Joe were way over like by those beach chairs. And I thought, that breaks my heart, because we could have actually had lunch like we're having right now. We could have sat together. We don't need like a fake social media encounter. Like, we could actually be friends. And so Joe said, you know what, I think we've got to look up though. People have got to be willing to look up. And so that became our mission, that if you are willing to look up from where you are, I am going to be there, crazy as I am, to meet you there. And like, you don't ever have to worry that if you're coming to something that you don't have a friend already there. That's it. Really excited to see you. And I'm thankful that Joe and I, we don't have the copyright on friendship. And you guys have like taken this baton and run so much further and made relationships so much deeper than Joe and I could ever have done. But it took you guys being obedient, deciding like, yeah, this is worth it. This is a major investment for Nancy and Sarah. I mean, you guys have a whole life outside of this. And yet I see you guys, even in the Central Florida Meetup Facebook group, you know, and just what you do. If anybody's been with Nancy for more than 4 seconds, like, you know, like, you've been friended so hard. You're like, this lady's friendship level is like on steroids. Like, she is cracked out on friendship. Right? Like, we're gonna get to the point on cruises that people are seriously gonna like fight in the parking lot over who gets to room with her, right? Like, because like, hello. So thoughtful, so intentional, and that's what every single person brings to this. Sarah, Joy, and Matt is like this. Who does this? Who knows me in my life? You know, there's family members in my life that do not know that I am absolutely, I don't like great, right? And, you know, and thought of me. He has a 3D printer. He had to sit, he had to design this, and he had to think, like, this would touch Rachel's heart. And he had to make, and everything that went into this was with me in mind. This is friendship. This is what it looks like. This is tangible. And we know it now in the keto community, like, that's great that we just happen to, because we're keto, like, yeah, I've got a smaller shirt, and we eat meat and stuff, but I have a bigger life because of the friendships that you guys have been so generous to extend to me and to each other. So I thank you for being here, for being willing to step out, to drive far, to fly down, to fly in, to share. This gentleman does not get to vacation very often, from what I understand. Works very hard in his business, and yet he is willing to be here for a day, because this is important. Huh? Yeah, right? Like, yeah, exactly. Like, you know, you don't even see the duct tape, like, underneath that drags it in. But this is the investment, just like Sarah was saying. It's cost us something to be here. But I want to encourage you, as you leave your particular seat, that there is a talent, that there is something about you, there's things in your personality, there's uniqueness about you that make you the only person that can reach certain people, the only person that can speak the love language that they speak, right? I am certainly not everybody's cup of tea. The thought of like going, if you have to go home with me, this is allowed. You're going to have to get earphones, right? I am not everybody's cup of tea, but you're somebody's cup of tea. You're going to reach them in such a way, but you have to be willing to invest what you have. You know, when you think about weaving, that's an art that's kind of been lost. Why? Because it's time consuming, because it's something that we can fast track, right? I can buy a cheaper version, a knockoff thing, and I don't have to spend the time that it takes to make something for somebody. But we're making something here. Nancy, Sarah, Matt, you guys are making something here that was previously just a clubhouse. And here is a place where people can have real conversations, put take the wall down, be able to be vulnerable, and talk about things that we can't talk about on social media, right? Like my husband's famous for saying there's nothing instant about Instagram, right? So you put a picture up, that was 25 pictures. Anybody who starts their thing, I just woke up like this, unless they are just like, you know, me and when he starts the video and I'm braless in my pajamas outside feeding a chicken, like that's a rare occasion, right? Usually it's perfection. But But what I love about this community is that we're complicated. We're complicated. We are so not basic, right? We're not basic. We're complicated, but we are worth getting to know because every single person is such an amazing and powerful story. And I'm so blessed to be here. I'm so thankful. I'm sorry. I grieved for my husband, who's not here today because he's driving back from Texas. But I'm so thankful that I'm here. And I'm thankful that you're here. And please, if I could challenge you to do anything, it's don't keep your unique light under cover. Let it shine, because there's room for everybody at the table, and if there's not, we will make a bigger table. Okay? Thank you guys.
We're back home. It is now 6 o'clock. The meetup went really well, as you can see, because you'll have seen all the in-between parts as well. It was such a blessing, and I'm so thankful that Nancy and I are able to do this and provide meetups for you guys. We really do have a heart for community and a joy in sharing stories and your stories. So if you're in the Central Florida area or you want to travel to the Central Florida area, you are welcome to join our meetups when we have them. We do have a Facebook group. I'll try to remember to leave the link down below for you so that you can connect with us, so that if you are in the area or want to be in the area, you can meet up with us. It was an amazing day. We had people from Canada come. We had two couples from Canada. They had never met before. They got introduced to each other and found out they lived 20 minutes apart. So that is what community and friendship is all about. They were down visiting in Florida for a while, and it's just amazing. Just amazing. We had Hope and Andy from Mission Keto and Mission Carnivore were there. Cindy DeManchi was there. Rachel from Two Crazy Ketos was there. And just an amazing day all around. And I definitely needed some community time. So I am so thankful for it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so every time I talk about the importance of community and show you a representation of keto community, you will be alerted to it. Have a wonderful and joyful evening, and remember to find joy in your journey.